Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Living the Life. Laurie, Ajmu and Nawal are still with us and we'll be joined by a professional entertainer, Jenna Rothwell, shortly. But first, life in refugee camps can be dull, static and seemingly endless. Imagine what it's like for children who were once used to colourful playgrounds and chaotic after-school schedules.
Indeed. Well, a group of clowns have begun a tour in Lebanon aimed at cheering thousands of Syrian children up. Iman al-Sayed brings us this uplifting story of smiles and survival.
There's no food, no aid, no medicine, but at least there is some laughter. This group calls itself Clowns Without Borders. It's an international non-profit organisation that uses laughter to relieve suffering among children in refugee camps, conflict zones and natural disaster areas. 2 weeks ago, the group began its tour in Lebanon, where tens of thousands of children make up part of 1 million refugees from Syria. Lebanon hasn't allowed official refugee camps, so many families live in unfinished buildings and shanty wooden shacks.
We are all clowns or circus performers and work for free, so we come as volunteers to Clowns Without Borders and go for between 2 weeks and a month touring around and performing.
David Clay used to work in construction before being a clown took him to disaster areas like Indonesia, the Philippines and Haiti. In Haiti, where a 2010 earthquake killed more than 250,000 people, David said other aid groups were originally a bit suspicious of his work and dubious of the results in what was a highly stressful situation with limited resources.
All over the world, in different places where there have been disasters and wars, Clowns Without Borders, our motto is no child without a smile. So myself personally, I've worked in Haiti after the earthquake and continuing follow-up work with the recovery there. Clowns Without Borders has gone to the war in the Balkans, went to the Philippines recently. So it's kind of allowing for psychological relief, letting kids smile again, feel joy in their lives when there's not a whole lot.
Riding around on a makeshift toy horse with David is young Ahmed, one of the quietest boys in the playground. Ahmed had fled repeated airstrikes in his hometown of Raqqa and now finds safety in the dusty playing fields of Bekaa. 1 million Syrian refugee children live in various camps across the Middle East. Millions remain trapped by conflict inside Syria. Experts say they display symptoms of psychological trauma. The charity Save the Children says 1 in 3 children surveyed last year had seen a close friend or relative killed. It's no wonder Ahmed's a little uncomfortable at first with all the attention he garners as he trots along behind David, but clowns are on hand to urge the children to encourage him.
That's lovely.
Oh, I love
That's
clowns.
really, really nice.
I know you don't like clowns, but I love them.
I'm not fond of clowns, I've got to say, but that was really nice to see. The uplifting effect the clowns had with the kids. That was absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, when we saw that story about clowns, we thought, we have to get a clown on the show, and we're thrilled now to be joined by professional entertainer Jenna Rothwell. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show, Jenna.
Nice to see you.
No, he just said he doesn't like clowns.
I know,
I didn't say I don't
offended.
like clowns. I'm just not fond of clowns in general. As you can understand, I read Stephen King's it when I
yes,
was a
that's
kid.
it. I think for adults, the Stephen King ruined clowns. Didn't they? From it, just like Steven Spielberg did Jaws for sharks for most adults as well.
But that
but
aside,
no, we say I'm friendly.
Yeah, you're very friendly, I have to say, for now. But let's see. There's time to go. There's time to go. So, Jenna, your job must be so much fun.
Oh, I love it. I mean, who doesn't want to play like a kid and see the joy and smile on kids'
Absolutely.
faces? Yes.
How do you become a clown? Is there a real clown college? Because like American people talk about clown college a lot.
Funny you say that. I did go to circus school.
Wow.
Yes. Well,
that does exist then.
It does exist. It does. So
It's a new job.
that's it.
I
I don't know what to do.
move
I
next.
will become a clown. No. Well, I went to clown school in Australia randomly.
Oh, wow.
Where I was and learnt to balloon model and face paint and do everything fun and clown-like. Yes.
No, the thing is, you guys make it look so easy. You really did. So what's the secret? How do you do that?
Oh, it's just being a free spirit and having fun. It's all about playfulness and just enjoying with the kids. I mean, they make it, if you get nice kids, obviously. No, kids make it so easy for you. Their imaginations, that's what it's all about. It's just playfulness and playing with their imaginations.
Absolutely.
Nawal, Laurie, do you guys like clowns?
I'm sure my kids would be delighted to be here.
And I'm full of admiration of those animals that you make out of those balloons.
So John, what do you think about this story, bringing comedy to children in Lebanon?
Oh, absolutely. I do actually work with a company myself that does a similar for in Cambodia and in the UK for less fortunate, I guess, people who can't afford the entertainment as well. But yeah, it's a fantastic idea. I mean, if you are feeling a bit down, they always say laughter is the best medicine, isn't it? And, that is true.
Absolutely.
Just to give a little bit of spirit, put a smile on someone's face, I mean, that can just lift your spirits for the day, can't it?
Indeed. Now, day to day, right, when you're travelling, like maybe on the tube in London, do you ever have your gear on and stuff to get weird looks?
I usually drive around London in my mini-mobile, and yes, I get funny looks at traffic lights, absolutely.
Now, Ajmal, just by looking at your reaction, do you have a kind of clown phobia? We're waiting for you to cheer up because the clown's here.
I'm very For my daughter's 5th, actually, we'd had hired a clown. It was amazing. I had more fun than she did it. It's great.
It brings the kid out of everyone,
Absolutely.
doesn't it?
I think
That's what it is. I think sometimes you forget as an adult, don't you?
But I just can't think myself being a clown. Can't think of wearing those funny colours. But you never know. Unless, Basit, you guys pay a lot of money, or somebody donates a lot of money, which is what I do 24 hours a day nowadays, raising money, and maybe I will consider it.
Okay, well, we'll have to take that up.
Donation.
I think I might join you on that, actually. So, Jenna, before we head off to the next thing, I want you to ask you, as a clown, right, because I'm a stand-up comic, right, so I write material all the time, but as a clown, do you have that similar process where you're writing material, putting gags together, things that you're going to do?
Well, yes, absolutely. It's more, I am very much of an improvisation. As soon as, I guess like you would as yourself, you get your audience because children are always different and they will say the darndest things, so
of course.
you play as you go. So obviously you have a little bit of things, your material to hand, and then you just go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Fantastic.
That's excellent advice. That's really good. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Jenna. Don't go anywhere. We've got loads of questions about clowning around. It's just nice to have a third clown on the show with us. So that's pretty good.
Absolutely. And it's finally here. We're just moments away from the whistle that will send nations to the endless sea of the next 30 days.
Indeed, football fans from all over the world have filled Brazilian cities, and with kickoff just over an hour away, they're making plenty of noise, as Sadia Chaudhry explains.
Bring out the face paint, wave your flags, but leave your cashirola at home. The bead-filled plastic instrument was meant to be the sound of the 2014 Games, but it's been banned from all World Cup venues. It was meant to be Brazil's answer to South Africa's infamous and deafening trumpet, the vuvuzela. That had become an unofficial symbol of the 2010 World Cup, but it was so loud that it ended up being banned from various sporting venues. Despite being the official mascot for this year's World Cup, the cashirola has also been banned, and local newspapers say it's not because of the noise it creates, but because a local football match in April had to be suspended after angry fans hurled cashirolas onto the pitch in protest over a referee's decision. Suffice to say, football fans are ready to make noise in protest against the ban.
I don't think they should ban the cashirola because it is a typical Brazilian instrument which fans want to take into the stadiums to cheer on their teams.
It's like arriving and not being able to eat beans, like coming to Brazil and not being able to eat farofa, all the typical foods.
So what else is on FIFA's list of banned items? Well, if you're coming to the World Cup, here are the things you can't bring with you. Fireworks, food and drink from outside the stadium kiosks, megaphones, the famous vuvuzela, and flags and banners which measure over 3 square meters. Though you might not be able to take them into the stadiums, cashirolas have already been manufactured and they're being snapped up by fans at the official FIFA shops and in popular markets throughout Brazil. And why not? After all, not everyone will be watching the matches from within the stadiums.
I think it's very sought after because people don't watch games inside the stadiums. They're going to watch them at home. So we're going to keep selling them, keep working.
Seems odd that a noisy instrument would be banned in a tournament sold on the tagline "all together in one rhythm." But while the cashirola will not be driving the rhythm within the stadiums, they're sure to be heard throughout fan fests and outdoor gatherings as the World Cup kicks off this evening.
Oh, man, I'll tell you something, I just can't wait. It all kicks off soon, doesn't it?
It kicks off in a couple of hours, that's right, and it's very exciting.
I know. Guys, what's your forecast for the World Cup? Any predictions?
Who are you supporting?
England, of course.
England.
But, of course, we've got no hope, so I'm just going to go for Brazil. Because we're not going to win it.
You know what? I've always supported Brazil.
You traitor.
I know.
Yes, you traitor.
But the other side of me supports England. When England is winning.
When England is winning, indeed. Well, we're going to leave it. If we may, we're going to put football aside for the tiniest of time frames. We've got Jenna with us, of course. Minnie the Clown, right?
Absolutely.
So Jenna,
I'm singing my England song. I'm getting in the party spirit. Well, I'm going to do. We need our imaginations, which is what it's all about. That's what entertainment's about. Like Albert Einstein said. If you want your children to be clever, use your imagination, read fairy tales, and that will make you more clever. So I've got our beautiful magic colouring book. Now, do you have one of these at home?
I most certainly do, somewhere.
Excellent, yes. Well, you won't have one of these because this is a magic colouring book. Now, do you know a magic word?
Abracadabra.
That's Old Faithful, isn't it? Yes. Let's use so for this, we're going to say abracadabra mini. Okay, let's have a practice. After 3, 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra mini.
Brilliant. That's what we need to know. So, at the moment, this is an empty colouring book. There's nothing inside.
Yes,
so
indeed.
we need to make some pictures, don't we? Now, what do you draw your pictures with? I know you might not do this at the moment, but imagine.
Pens, pencils.
Pencils?
Crayon.
Yes.
Crayon.
We'll start with pens or pencils. So put your pens and pencils in the air. Let's draw some lovely pictures. I'm going to draw a clown. What are you going to draw?
I'm going to draw football.
Football. Yeah. Very like that. The spirit. Anyone? What are you going to draw?
Tree.
Tree. Oh, very good. Very good. What are you?
I'm going to draw a flower.
Oh, very nice.
Absolutely.
Okay, everyone, pens in the air. Let's draw our pictures, and we're going to say the magic words really loudly after 3, 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra
mini.
Let's have a look. Have we made some pictures?
Oh, wow.
What happened? Look what you did.
That's incredible.
Where's my tree?
That was an empty colouring book
It
5
was,
seconds
and now
ago.
it's there. So now we need
Can you make it empty
colour
again?
them in, don't we? We need to colour them in. So you colour them in with?
Colouring pencils?
Pencils and crayons and felt tip pens. Let's get them in the air.
Okay.
Let's colour in. I'm going to give my clown a red nose. What other colours shall we use?
Blue.
Blue?
Green.
Green, yes. Well, we haven't got much colours on our clothes. I think I have enough for everybody. So
Yeah.
I might just throw some at the book. Let's say the magic words really loudly after 3, 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra mini.
Let's have a look. Have we made some colourful...
Wow.
Look what you did.
Just like that. That's incredible.
That is magic.
No, that's absolute magic.
Well,
You should be Jenny the Magician.
Well, Minnie the Clown.
Minnie the
Minnie the
Clown.
Magician. Minnie the Magician. Well, let's get rid of them all. So we can start again, so we can do this again with some children later on. So everyone get your magic erasers in the air. We're going to erase everything out, rub it out. Let's say the magic words after 3, 1, 2, 3.
Abracadabra mini.
Let's have a look. Have they all disappeared?
Wow. Oh, that's worth a round of applause from my side.
Thank you very much.
Spectacular. Minnie the Clown, Jenna Rothwell, thank you so much for that. That's incredible. Still go anywhere.